What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sota Pod YouTube channel for yet another Minnesota Wild watch party. The Wild visit the New Jersey Devil, and puck just has dropped in this first period now, ladies and gentlemen. The train is back on the track. The bus is back on the road with a nice win in New York. Now here in New Jersey. Let me know your predictions for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get a poll question going here in a moment. And who do you think scores the first goal here tonight? The Minnesota Wild or the New Jersey Devils? If you guys are new to the channel, if you're new to these live streams, we do live play-by-play, commentary, reaction, and of course, live interaction with all you amazing folks in the live chat here. Let me just update the ticker on the bottom of the screens. We have our first whistle in the neutral zone. How's everybody doing tonight on this Wednesday? Yo, what's up, Reaper Jones? I was hoping you'd be here. I knew if there was anybody who's going to cross over from both City Life Community and Sota Pod, it'd be you, my friend. Good luck tonight. Good luck tonight. All right, let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to it. 18:47 on the clock here. Puck in the neutral zone. Wild get it back. Johansson with a nifty move. Johansson over the line. Johansson sends it to the left side. Johansson goes to retrieve it there. Battling for it behind the New Jersey net. Hey, Shum, on my way home, but I'm going to watch on ESPN app. May the best team win. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, nice shot by New Jersey. That goes right and wide. Wild bring it back up through the neutral zone. Foligno with it in deep. 2-on-1, but leaves it for his line mate. Created a loose puck back to the blue line and shot on net. Hartman unable to catch his own rebound there. And here come the Devils through the neutral zone. They dump it in. Middleton battling in the corner. Oh, give away their backhand. Nice save by the Gus Bus. Yo, what's up, Urban? And we got a penalty on the play. But the Wild take their first penalty. What a save by Gustafson. Well, that's a flop by Jack Hughes. I want to see the replay here. Foligno taking the first penalty of the game. I mean, they didn't even show it in the replay. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know about that. I think that's just man versus boy. Flop by Mercer now too. 17:48. Face off to the right of Gustafson. And the Wild clear this one the length of the ice. 17:36 in the period. 1 of 48 on the power play for the Devils. $17:26. Shot from the blue line, back to the past the left side, back to the blue line. Moves in, shot. It looks like Gustafson got a pad on that. $17:08. Hamilton shot through center. Nice save by Gustafson. $16:58. Oh, shot from the outside. Another save by Gustafson. So much pressure here by the Devils, but Gustafson, he's tracking this puck beautifully. Faber sends it out of play, and faceoff will come in the neutral zone. Dude, what a start by the Gus Bus, man. And I said this first game of the season. If Gus can see it, and he's on, which is most of the time, let's be honest, I don't know why people are already getting pissed. Oh, what a freaking poke check there, stick check. When he's on, he can see the puck and he's got a clear lane, man. I'm confident he makes that save. No pressure, just a bunch of flopping kids. You don't think there was pressure on that power play? What game are you watching, Urban? What's up, Hoggy from home? 5-3 Wild. Shot deflects to the corner, back the blue line. Outside the circle. Backhand, and that goes over the net. Goaltending isn't an issue for the Wild. I agree. I think the goaltending's been great so far. Nice hockey. 22 seconds. Timo Meier brings it up with speed. Drop back. Corner. Top of the circle. Right side. Shot. That doesn't get through. Final seconds of the power play, and the Wild bring it into the New Jersey's zone. Wild with it. Wild full strength, and they have it. Goaltending is the only thing the Wild have. 15:38. Brodin sends it up center. I mean, sure, I'm just saying, I brought it up because a lot of people were saying in the beginning of the season, which like literally last week, I should say, that goaltending was an issue, and it was comical. Nice hockey from home. That's a good, I guess, October dessert. Wild with it. Unable to get a shot on net. Good defense there by New Jersey. Wild back to the blue line. Zeev Buium. Up the wall. No one there for him to pass to or leave it to, and pressure by the Devils. Kaprizov looking into aid. Yurov behind there as well. Puck just caught in the skates up against the board. Need the Kings to keep losing. I want Kempe. 14:33. Shot from the blue line. Rebound. Zeev sends it back on net. Through the crease, actually. The Wild still have it. Wild trying to spring somebody a rebound or something in front of the net, but the New Jersey gets it back. Still in the zone. Good pressure by Minnesota. Back to the blue line. Yurov, good job holding the puck there and staying, honestly, pressed into the corner and doing his job well with the big boys. Yeah, good defense by the Devils. Good pressure by the Wild. 14:06. We haven't gone to a TV timeout yet, guys. We haven't gone to a TV timeout yet. So yeah, Kaprizov, they're saying took an extra shift and Yurov stayed out there, and not bad as they had a chat there on the bench. Yes, hockey from home. Hartman getting in front of the net. Hinestroza send that in deep, but that one's going to go off his stick and up and out of play. And now is our first TV timeout. The score is 0-0. I literally have it front and center for you. Good night, Munchie. It's literally right on screen. Is this hard to see, guys? I wish I could highlight it more, but I can't. Tomorrow is my 10th wedding anniversary. Need a Wild win. There you go. There you go. You hear that, boys? Urban needs a win. All right, who scores the first goal of the game? There we go. There we go. Hey, what's up? What's up, Travs? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, there we go. Easy C scoring. I'm on mobile. Guys, if you're watching on X or Facebook, come over to YouTube, join our live chat here. 2 Travs? Is that even allowed? What's up, Trav? We got Travs and Trav. Another late night for me, hoping for a win. As are we. Scoreless after, what, 6 minutes? Shots 4-1 in favor of the New Jersey Devils. The Wild killed off an early penalty. Gustafson looking as polished as ever. A shout out to Torquebo Travs from across the pond staying up. I had to have some coffee for this one, but I'm sure you're drinking some pretty strong too. All right, we're back at it, ladies and gentlemen. Wild win the faceoff. On trying to set up someone on the left side. Minnesota loses the puck there, but had a good opportunity early. Devils bring into the Wild zone, trying to set up a good pressure from the defense. Faber takes it away up to Kaprizov. Wild need to be physical tonight. Eriksson Ek keeping it alive up against the boards. Heischer with it. Boldy fighting for it, unable to get it. Back to center, but the Wild still have it. 13:07. Rossi sends it back around the net. Kaprizov looking for it. Rebound in the net. Comes off the hinges. Hey, New Jersey Devils. Yeah, let me know who you're rooting for. Let me know your score prediction tonight. And don't forget to vote in the poll question as well. Yeah, for sure. My schedule is fine. Actually, I sleep when I get home from work for a bit, then wake up for the game, then go back to sleep. So works out for you. There you go. There you go. I watch a lot of Asian mixed martial arts and like Muay Thai and things like that. So my sleep schedule is completely messed up on weekends. The Devils find their legs. Wild can't keep up. They are quick. They are quick. Wild win the faceoff. Wild keep it in the Devils zone. Wild looking for a rebound. Marcus Johansson there hovering. Who's looked good early. 2 good shifts for Rossi. 2 good shifts for Johansson. I wonder if they're going to even change things up. And Rossi doing a good job in front of the net. Yeah, for sure. Except I'll say this. 8 to 9 hour Japanese MMA cards, way harder to stay up for than a 3-hour hockey game. Worst ones are when games start at 3 a.m. for me, at least. This one starts at midnight. Dude, same. And I always say the sweet spot that's the hardest for me to cover games are between 3 and 6 a.m. Dude, I'm so sorry. I don't know why. Whenever I cover Wild games, my connection is just shit. But whenever I do MMA stuff, it's perfect. Wild 4, Devils 2. I literally streamed like 6 hours earlier. UAE Wars, no issues. 12-13 and great save by Gustafson. Second shot rebound. Right side. Devils still with it. Trying to send it back in, and Gustafson tracks it, catches it. And another great save by the Gus Bus, ladies and gentlemen. Another great save by the Gus Bus. Oh, just confident as hell, man. Gus is on lock right now. We love it. Honestly, I think it's just what I'm using to watch the game. I think if I switch to another one that's a little bit behind, my connection might be better. 11:53. That's what I'm blaming it on right now. Wild keeping this one in. Foligno back to the blue line. Shot! And a nice... Oh, it goes up and in the netting. I thought that was a save, but... I've liked Hinostroza's play thus far this season, guys. He's looked pretty good. He's looked pretty good. I love his speed. May not have like crazy dangles or like the craziest offensive awareness or anything like that. Oh my God, dude. So I'm just trying to do some tests here, but I don't know what's going on. Oh well. 11:35. Wild have it. Center leaves it for the right side. Behind the net. Looking for someone out front. Instead, send it back to the blue line. Shot. That doesn't get through. Rebound shot. That goes left. Wild still have it. Corner. Wild due for a win. We'll do for 2 wins in a row. And backhand in front. That bounces over a puck. Wild still have it. Back to the blue line. And that goes back to center ice. 10-18. Trenyon deflects it in. Wild within the corner. Back to the blue line. That bounces honestly to center. The Wild whack at it. Yurchek able to keep that puck in play, and they send it back into the Devil zone in the corner behind the net. Luke Hughes with it. Still with it. He backhand. Oh, nice backhand pass. Wild separate the man for the puck. There's some good physicality. Hey, good to see Tyler Pitlick back. Or just a Pitlick back with the Wild. I remember watching Tyler back when he was with Edmonton early in his career. 9:56. Wild lose the puck, and here comes New Jersey. Good defense. One-on-one battle. Wild get it back. Send it up. Neutral zone. Tipped over the Devil line by Yurov. New Jersey. Oh, and there's a big hit by Minnesota. Let's go. Kaprizov just out of range of retrieving it. The Wild slow things down at center. Been so impressed with Yurov this season. He's going to be some player. It's taken him a few games to ease into it, but yeah, definitely starting to look. Oh, beautiful defense by the Minnesota Wild, getting that stick in the middle of that cross ice pass. Shot and a great save by Gustafson right side. Honestly, some good hockey by the Minnesota Wild here. Good defense on their side. Just need to get a few more shots on net. Around the wall for the Devils. Devils, nice pass. Back to the blue line. Bouncing puck all the way through, and Gustafson slows things down and makes the save. Still 0-0 when we go to our second commercial break. Wow. Good stuff there. Good stuff there. Minnesota need to get a few more shots on net for sure. But overall, starting to ease into things. We're able to cycle. Had some offensive pressure. Defensively looked pretty good. They're finding their legs. But the Wild are finding their physicality. So that's good. That's good. Let's see if this has fixed itself yet. We need goals. Of course, Robbie. That is how you win a hockey game, Robbie. Robbie, tell me, how else do you win a hockey game? I think you have to score goals, guys, right? I think Robbie's on to something. I think you have to score goals to win a hockey game. That's news to me, Robbie. I just thought you had to skate. I just thought you had to skate circles for 40 minutes. Watney or Spurgeon being more physical than usual this season so far. No, I got over 5-5. Oh, okay. I don't care about your betting slip at all. Hope you didn't bet the house on them tonight. Hope you didn't bet the house on that tonight. Because the Wild have not been scoring too much to start this season. All right, we're back at it. We're back at it. Just a quick little feature. Tyler Pitlick. Again, a Pitlick returns to Minnesota. I was telling Hoppy he must be stoked. He must be stoked. Goals? Who are they? Right? All right, I actually might be behind you now, Urban, because my other stream just friggin' died on me. Literally couldn't have died on me before commercial break. Has it died on me now? I'm refreshing one more time. If not, I might have to go to one that's like a little bit behind. Okay, finally back at it. There we go. 8:29 on the clock. That scared me for a moment, boys. That scared me for a moment. $8:21. And a whistle, of course. This should come back at center. I don't think this was icing. $8:29. Holy. 20 seconds difference? Oh. Maybe I should go on the ones behind. It's never going to be perfect, like I said, because I do not pay for this. 8:03. And I would, but the Wild made it too difficult, so fuck them. Sorry, guys. 7:56. Oh, beautiful. Dangling over the blue line, but offside. Lucky for the Minnesota Wild, they were offside. Now I got 7:53 as we get a whistle. Choppy upon coming back from this TV timeout. So far, Eric Sinek getting a ton of time. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Brodeen and Faber eating up a lot of minutes as well. Same with Jake Middleton. All over 4. You have the Devils broadcast? I got Minnesota's. How's the Devils broadcast? $7.47 and another. Wait, Gabrick anniversary bobblehead against Winnipeg? Is he like coming to that game or? 7:47 and the Wild win the face-up, and New Jersey actually gets it back. New Jersey with a shot that goes up and it stays in play. Thank God. I was like, I can't handle another whistle. Oh, and here's some speed from Minnesota. Hinestroza, man, I love watching him play. Such a little buzzsaw out there. And he's so quick. One guy is very Devils, other guy is fair. Okay. Honestly, Lou Nanny's talking more sense than LaPanta these days, so. I don't mind him. Zeke Bouillon sends it in. Sends it around the boards. Bouillon has it. Loses it at the blue line. Here come the New Jersey Devils. 3-on-1. Bouillon skating back and bumble fucking the puck of the New Jersey Devils. Again, lucky for them there. And the Wild are able to regroup. Blue line. Center. Circling here, the Devils. Outside. Back to the blue line. Shot. Tip. Up and high. I don't know if Gustafson got a piece on that. Can you imagine how bad this season would be so far if Gustafson was not their goaltender? Spurgeon settles things down and everybody's going to change. Everybody's going to change. Bouillon, well, except for Bouillon, he hasn't got his change yet. All right, here comes the play. Up through center. Left side. And of course it's offside. Man. Guys, if you're watching on Twitter or Facebook, or I guess it's X and Facebook, consider coming over to YouTube. Join our live chat here. This is where all the action is, ladies and gentlemen. This is where all the action is. And don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. We're going to aim to do one or more of these every single week, but a minimum of one. I will get the stream up earlier next time. This was kind of a game time decision. If we didn't have Gus or Walsh, that would be 1-6. I agree. Nice defense there by the Wild getting in front of the lane. Oh, and beautiful job by the Devils coming in. Backhand shot. Gustafsson saves. Sent it up but not out and circling around the corner of the Devils. Minnesota. Good job separating that from the puck, but puck goes back to the Devils. Shot. Right circle. Gustafsson with the save. That 11-3 in shots, man. 11-3 in shots of the New Jersey Devils. First 5 minutes of the game. Wild are looking great. Or first, I guess, until that 8-minute mark TV timeout. The Wild actually looked really good. Killed off a penalty. We're having some good offensive pressure. I guess the new poll question will be, when is John Hines fired, ladies and gentlemen? Something's got to give soon here, though. Something's got to give soon here. I imagine it's not going to be John Hines. There'll be a trade first. Everyone keeps talking about Panarin now, but that would be quite the package going that way. The Wild are in trouble. Devils have their legs. The legs and the dangles. The legs and the dangles. It's like the only things that have really been working is Kaprizov and Boldy, but even that's dried up a little bit in the last little bit. Mind you, Hines has been juggling the lines to get other things going. He is very, very good. He is very, very good. You guys are buzzing right now, though. You're buzzing right now, though. May need record saves from Gus tonight. I mean, at this pace, you're not wrong. Really, the only good takeaways for me, Hinostroza has been looking pretty good. Gustafsson's been tremendous. And there's a few guys who haven't been bad. Like, there's a few guys who've been physical. Yurov honestly has had some good moments, but it's just not good enough. Especially now that you said it, Urban. New Jersey's really starting to get getting more comfortable in this game. And thank God Gustin has been on since the opening minute, man. Just watch some replays of that first period, or that first half of the first period, and all these Devils opportunities. Record is 53 by Rolly. Let's hope that he doesn't have to get close to that too many times this year, because then he'll... I mean, this is only the first month of the season, man. Thank God for the Olympic break, because I mean, fuck, man. Gustin will probably be used quite a bit in the Olympics, too. We'll see. My old brain was like, oh, no, it's going to be Lundqvist. I'm like, oh, my Isha, Lundqvist hasn't played for a few years. And even then, far from the top Swedish goalie. 540. Markstrom, isn't he injured? 531. Shot by the Devils, blocked, and this puck's going to go back down the length of the ice. Devils bring it up through the neutral zone. God, they got some good skaters on that team. They better not get Quinn Hughes as well, because then no one will be able to touch them. Great passing by the Devils. Devils making it look easy against the Wild here. 5v5 defense, where I was praising them early in the period, has completely dried up now, and a shot that goes right and wide. That was scary because Gustafsson was being screened. .449. Shots 12-3 for the Devils. Great pressure here. New Jersey still with it. Eriksson Ek finally gets this to Kaprizov. Jiricek with it. Sends it up to the blue line. And the forwards for the Minnesota Wild lose the puck again. They change quick, but the Devils are already on them. New Jersey, left side, around the net. Tries to backhand in front. Knocked away, but retrieves it. Sends it back to the Devils. Man, they're so quick. Oh my God, Jack Hughes puts on the brakes of the blue line, does it back to the right side, and shot. Gustafsson saves it. Johansson, he might be the only one who could skate as fast as these motherfuckers. Tarasenko loses it. And here comes Hughes of the Jack variety. Gustafsson plays it around into the corner. Devils with it. Wild couldn't get it back. 3:47. If this is anything like the Washington game, I am the curse, Urban. Yeah, Heischer's nasty. Brat's nasty. The Hughes brothers are nasty. Timo Meyer's nasty. That was an amazing pad save. Holy shit. Brat. 3:47. Face off to the right of Philip Gustafsson. Mercer sends it back to the corner. And that trickles in. I don't even know if that was a good shot, but New Jersey tried to pass it to center. Bounces off a stick. I don't know if it was the Wild stick or the New Jersey Devils stick, but that trickled through the 5-hole of Philip Gustafsson. No curse. Wild can't skate with the Devils. It was only a matter of time. Let's take a look at the replay here. It was coming. It was coming.
Emotional damage.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know. What did that even go off of? So instead of going around the net. Oh, yeah. That's just pinball. That's just pinball outside of the crease. Looks like Cotter got it. And there we go. The New Jersey Devils up 1 in this game. Paul Cotter with the wrist shot goal. 3:24. By the way, shout out to Reaper Jones, long time subscriber to the Sota Pod. And he's a Devils fan, but he supports our podcast. And he's part of our draft shows all the time. Or he's always watching our draft shows all the time. So whenever there's a Wild versus New Jersey matchup, he's always here. And Wild with some speed, looking to try to get this back here behind the net. Shot in front, shot by Hartman. And a save by the Devils. At least the Wild look to respond here quick. But with only 3 minutes left in this period, it's going to be tough to equalize things before the break. I'm double checking right now, but our boy Brett Marshall might join us between periods here. And then we will be doing Wildly Informed tomorrow, guys. Do you Hinestroza with the crazy eyes on the bench? All right, 3 minutes remaining in this first period. Wild win the faceoff. Centered, caught, and intercepted by New Jersey. Ref almost got pummeled there. Wild are able to keep this in the zone. Up the right side. They send it around the net, but nobody there. Kaprizov sends it back into the corner. Kaprizov hovering in top of the circle. Eriksson Ek battling for it with Boldy. Clean 5-hole shot. 2:29. New Jersey gets it back with a Wild with the pressure. Where was this the last 10 minutes? Devils got to get it back, and they send it up the length of the ice. Devils, center. Nice job by the Wild picking his pocket. Boldy. 3-on-2. Sends it back. Kaprizov. Center. Shot. And that goes left and wide. And Brock Faber sends that one wide. And you can see the disgust in his face. That was a nice play by Minnesota. Kaprizov picks the pocket. And Boldy gets it. He drops it back to Kaprizov, who sends it to Faber, who sends it wide. Time to reach out to you-know-who, Tortorella. Two minutes. I like Torts. Spring Bruce Boudreau back, man. He did some good work with Vancouver. And they loved him. Middleton able to hold the line in front of the net. Yurov unable to put that one home. Good hit there by Yurov. I like the physicality. Wild send it back in deep. This one's... Or sorry, save. This one, yeah, was sent in deep all right. Yo, Yurov with another good shift, man. Throwing the body around. Getting physical. Oh, puck just over stick as well. Yeah, I fucking love Torts. Do I think he has a short shelf life? Absolutely. But like, if there's buy-in, does it work? Yes. But he needs the buy-in. Who do you think is going to win? Well, the Devils are up a goal and shots are 14-5. In typical Minnesota fashion, they'll probably go down. They'll probably like... I think the New Jersey Devils will probably score another one. Wild will score, make it close, and then absolutely probably either sink in the third period or look really good, but just won't be able to be rewarded. That's kind of what it feels like right now. But there's still a lot of hockey left. And Minnesota finally showing some life to them. Shot from the blue line. Puck at center. Trying to keep this in, but it bounces down into the Wild zone. 1 minute remaining. Devils definitely or have looked like the better team throughout this period, but some good late or a good late momentum shift here in the Wild's favor. Too bad there's only 55 seconds left in the period. Again, guys, if you're watching on Facebook or X, consider coming over to YouTube, join our live chat. Behind the net, 42 seconds. Wild trying to clear, as they do, to center. 3-1 Devils, or Devils absolutely light up the guys in the third. I think, yeah, the Devils absolutely light them up in the third, or the Wild have their best period, but just miss the net, hits the post, their goalie stands on his, you know what I mean? Something where the hockey gods are like, nope, sorry. I could see that as well. 18 seconds remaining. Devils can't get a shot on net, but let's see if the Wild can get one more. Hartman sends it in deep. Kaprizov there, but nobody else. Foligno delivers a hit. Hartman, they set up. 3 seconds. Shot on net. And that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for the first period. A little bit of life in the Wild towards the end of the period. But man, what an interesting period. What an interesting period. We'll go over it all here in a moment, guys. We'll go over it all here as well. I don't know, Zeev's been fine. I mean, the whole team's been kind of bad, but I don't think he's been an anchor by any means. I'm so done with Johansson already. And I thought, honestly, he's been okay, too. Again, no one's been good, but those two in particular I haven't really had issues with at all. All right, so interesting start to the game. Before the Devils kind of, like Urban said, had their feet under them, the Wild actually looked pretty good. It was going back and forth. Devils are up, 3 or 4-1 in shots. The Wild kill the penalty and then have a little life in them, or actually pressuring in the offensive zone. Don't obviously get any shots off. Pressure in the offensive zone, showing some physicality, which is nice. And then it's just all Devils. Then it's all Devils out skating them, out passing them, out shooting them. Gustafsson making saves left, right, and center. The dirty freaking 5-hole goal gets in and makes it a 1-goal game for the Devils. The Wild still looking bad after that. It wasn't until the 3-minute mark. It wasn't until the 3-minute mark where the Wild finally have some life in them, actually making some good plays. Yurov looked pretty good too towards the end there. But yeah, man, they're not quick enough to hang with the Devils. Devils passing looked really good. It's so weird because it went from like, okay, this team, and I even said it, I was like, the Wild are actually looking good 5-on-5 defensively. We're winning battles in the neutral zone. We're getting the puck in the offensive zone. They're not doing anything with it. And then literally like after 8-minute mark, that 8-minute TV timeout, after the 8-minute mark of the TV timeout, they just absolutely stunk. The only, I guess, takeaways, Yurov looks like he belongs in the National Hockey League, which is good. Throwing the body around, making good plays. His awareness looks fine. Johansson and Hinestroza are the only ones who can skate on this team right now as far as keep up with the Devils. And that's about it. And a little bit momentum. Gustafsson, obviously the shining star, right? This team would be a 5-1 game without him right now. So yeah, that's kind of my breakdown. What do you guys think? And the Devils played last night and smoked Toronto. That is impressive. The youth factor. No, but that is huge. Well, the fact that they did play yesterday, I wonder if maybe that is attributed to the slow start and if they might slow down going into the third period. Obviously, momentum's a huge part of this. Obviously, depends on what the score is, but there's no skill on this team after Kirill, Boldy, and Buyam. I wouldn't say that's impressive. Toronto's not making playoffs this year. Calling it now. To play this good, and this fast after back-to-back is 100% impressive. But anyways, what other takeaways did I miss, ladies and gentlemen? What other takeaways did I miss? Other than hot takes, tantrum takes. We're able to get some shots back. I thought it was going to be 4 again. I thought it was going to be 3 or 4 going into period number 2. But alas, they're able to show some momentum at the end there. All right, let's take a look at the box score here. Oh, Brock Faber just looks fucking pissed off right now. What kind of hat is that? Shout out to our friends at Waggle Golf. They just hooked us up with a sick care package. They have amazing hats, amazing shirts, even some winter gear here as well. If you are not a golfer, that's fine. I don't golf at all. It's a golf apparel company that has so much more than just golf stuff. They got a little hockey stuff as well. Big shout out to our friends at Waggle Golf. If you use promo code SP10 on getyourwaggleon.com, you get 10% off your order. So there you go, Robbie. Go check out some of their new hats. It's Faber saying we need more structure. It has a lot to do with our mentality right now. I love how Faber, the cookie cutter answers that like all hockey players have, but I feel like he wears his heart on his sleeve a little bit more than the average cat. Now, maybe that will fade because I know he's still relatively new to the league, right? But maybe that will fade in a few years once he becomes a grizzled vet. But we shall see. We shall see. I don't bet on anything, dude. I mean, sometimes the show Survivor, but I haven't found many psychos who watch it, who have watched it as much as me growing up. But no, I watch the sport, not the numbers, as I say. Especially when I watch mixed martial arts. I actually watch like 30 plus hours of combat sports every weekend as well. And so many people ask me about gambling and stuff. I'm like, man, I watch fights. I don't watch numbers. If I watched numbers, I'd be a very depressed fight fan. Or a very angry one. A very angry one. All right, box score here. Let's take a look. Boldy with 5 minutes, 6 shifts. Eriksson Ek just over 6 minutes. Flino just over 4. Hartman just over 5. Hinestroza with just over 4. 5 shifts for him. Johansson, 5 minutes. Kaprizov with 7. Obviously, he's the big dog here, and he's double shifting at times as well. Pretty even though across the board. I mean, even Yurov just under 4. Rossi with only 5 shifts though, just under 4 minutes as well. On the back end, Brodin, Buyam, Faber eating big minutes. Shit, even on the back end, it's pretty distributed. Brodin with almost 8. Buyam was 7:30. Faber was 6:50. Yurchek with 520. Middleton with 555. And Jared Spurgeon with 634. The defense are, oh my God. Cameron Myers with $19. Are you kidding me? Yo, shout out to Cameron Myers. $19. You are far too kind. Holy shit. The problem with Johansson is he can clearly only skate. A warm breeze blows off the puck. No hits, no shots. Brutal. Why is no one talking about the fact we passed on Jimmy Snuggerud for Ogren or a trade million assets for Yurchek? So many people have talked about the passing on Jimmy Snuggerud. I think Hoppy and Joe Smith or either Z literally had Judd Brackett on and they talked about that. Now, obviously, Judd Brackett didn't say that like, oh yeah, we regret that pick at all. But he did say that, Snuggerud was someone that I definitely was interested in a very professional manner. And I think Ogren is definitely not a bust yet by any means. Jimmy just, looking really good thus far. And we kind of knew it in his last years with the Gophers as well. And again, like you guys are way more of Johansson haters than me. Do I want him on this team? No. Do I think he's still like a NHL player? Yes. And he's one of those guys you can't put in the bottom six right now. So it's annoying that that he's getting as much ice time as he is right now. I guess hopefully Yurov forces his way up. When Zuccarello comes in, he plays well, and that he's forced into just an extra role. Because you're right, there's he will shoot, he will attack the rebound, and he will try to deke over the blue line, but it's very, I don't even want to say elementary. There's just not much more to his game other than that. Yo, Cameron, thank you so much for the $20. I hope I hit everything in the comment there. You're an absolute beauty. And thank you so much for supporting the channel and the boys here, man. Because I get to do the fun stuff. I get to watch the games and do commentary and edit. Really, like Z, Mateo, Hoppy, they're the ones really pulling the weight here on YouTube. So thank you so much. Demidov is damn good. Again, Mr. Tantrum over here. I swear this is lethal migraine, dude. I swear this guy's lethal migraine. Also, don't hate Ogren. They just seem to have him on the hate train. Seems like they're just brutally messing with prospects. I mean, I don't know. To be perfectly blunt, he didn't look ready. Now, maybe it was a confidence thing, because let's be honest, the first few games weren't that great. The first game was good, and honestly, his line looked pretty good in the first game. And there were some moments, but he was getting knocked off the puck too much for my liking in the NHL. So maybe he goes down, gets some more confidence, gets that physicality going again, and then maybe comes up later in the season. I imagine he'll probably be like one of the first ones called back up. But Yurov, on the other hand, like tonight in particular, like he looks like he belongs. He looks like he belongs. Not generating any offense here, but getting into good positions, being physical. IQ's looking pretty good out there. Not caught on any bad plays or bad positions so far. So I think there's still time on Ogren. Did I want him to look better? Absolutely. But we shall see. Watch, Charlie Stamos just going to come in and just become like a friggin' 60-point player. He's going to come in and be just the next Eck. Oh, would that be crazy? But also Judd Brackett with a fucking Totoso. Dude, Cameron, thanks again, man. Like, I still can't believe it. Once Ogren can calibrate to the speed of the game, he'll have a chance. You know what? That's a great point. That's a great point. Sometimes it takes a couple years. Sometimes it takes a couple years. And it doesn't help when... And he did good in Iowa last year, but it doesn't help when Iowa, their developmental AHL program / team is just up in flames. This is fine. This is fine. All right. I should change up the poll question here, guys, eh? That might have been the most Canadian thing I said today. All right. What do we got? Yo, man, fucking Cameron again. The man. All right. Boom, you know what? You know what? Will they score? No. Yo, Generic Soccer Club. How's it going? All right, you guys have inspired a poll question. Who are you rooting for tonight, Generic Soccer Club? Boom. Is Liam Ogren a bust? That is the poll question, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, no, who should have picked Jimmy Snuggerud? There you go. There you go. All right, second period is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. I'll probably take a little bit of a break between the second and third just to refill the water here. I think this should last me the period, and then we'll continue to break down the action here tonight. Again, big shout out to everybody in the live chat here. I appreciate you all. Shots 14-7 for the Devils, but honestly, the grain of salt, given that there were 3 minutes left and the Wild had only 3 shots. 20 shot attempts for the Wild, just nothing really hitting the net. Winning puck battles, face-offs 11-11, which the Wild have been tremendous in the face-off this year, which just is hilarious. All right, one more commercial break, and then we're back at it. And the Wild 8 hits to 2 right now. Although sometimes just knocking bodies off the puck in battles up against the boards don't get counted as hits. In which the Devils were employing a lot of those tonight as well. All right, I'm excited to take a look at this poll question after. I'm not going to look at it until after the second period. All right, what am I? We're missing our friend who used to give me all the scores. It's probably in the THPN chat here tonight. All right, so we got Sabres, Red Wings. That one's still scoreless in the first. Canadians, Flames tonight. Avalanche, Met. Or wait, what the? Oh no, that was yes. No, that's tonight. Is that it? It's not many games. Yeah, shit. Just Sabres, Red Wings, and Flames, Canadians. Man, the Canadians scare me. They're a good team, and they're brewing to be a great team. Like 2-3 years, man. Whew. Especially since they have all of their future core pretty much locked up. Locked up and the cap's going up. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Yo, another big shout out to Cameron Myers for the $20 donation. I'm just going to continue to give you shout outs throughout the show. There you go. There you go. All right. Come on, guys. It's funny. I get the ESPN commercial break. We'll be right back. Literally the last whole UFC card I watched on ESPN, no commercials were shown. Which, you know what? I'll take that over the freaking BK hat. I hate that jingle, the Burger King jingle that is plagued ESPN for like, I want to say like a whole year. A whole year. Generic Soccer Club, by the way. I answered you. How are you doing? Missed the start of the game. How early did Gustafson give up the first goal? Let me check it out again. It was... Hold on. It was later in the game. $16.21. $16.21. What's up, Samuel? He's still pretty young. Is that your team, Alistair, the Canadians? What, he's only 22, 23? Or he's 21, man. 4th year in the NHL and he's 21, bro. Yeah, he's gonna be just fine. He's already like what, 50, 60 point player? Dude. All right, period number 2 is upon us here. Puck drop here, going down in a moment. Guys, smash that like button. The Wild are only down 1. I know it's a little doom and gloom. I know they cannot shoot the puck apparently on net, but we're only down 1. I was 3 minutes off to win the bet. Darn it. Better luck next time. How big of a frenzy will the market be once teams start to separate in the standings? There's always that first frenzy after American Thanksgiving. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Start to the second period. 1943. It'll be fun. I'm sure Hoppy and Z and Joe Smith and Hoppy, and I'm sure myself and Brett will all talk about that in our respective shows. Wild with it in the New Jersey Devil zone. Boldy behind the net. Boldy battling in the corner. Kaprizov goes there for reinforcements. Kaprizov to Boldy. Boldy shot up and over the glass. I imagine this line's going to stay out there. Puck, or the faceoff will be to the right of the New Jersey netminder. Oh, never mind. They're going to change it up. Ek, Boldy, Kaprizov back to the bench. Yurov's line out there with Rossi. Oh, wait. Is Yurov out there? The commentary just said he is, but... No, never mind. Tarasenko, Johansson, and Rossi. Oh, and Johansson, a shot that goes wide. Fuck Johansson, man. Can't even shoot the puck on net, right, boys? Back to the blue line. Top of the circle. Left side shot. That doesn't get through. Devils with it and send it back the length of the ice. This is going to be icing. Clear icing. William doesn't even have to touch the puck. The line's going to stay out there. 1853. Man, the bench just looks dejected, man. The bench looks absolutely dejected. I'd like not dialed, dejected. Oh, backhand in front of the net. That doesn't get through. Shot in front, back to the blue line. Oh! And the New Jersey Devils get it back. Breakaway shot. What a save by Gustafson. The Devils picked the Wild's pocket clean. And that was a breakaway, clear breakaway. What a save by Philip Gustafson. Is this slap shot? What's up, Half Dead Frank? I don't know if the Wild are even going to get one here tonight, but the Devils are buzzing. All right, a nice hit by Minnesota to retrieve the puck. And they come up the right side with speed. Dump it in. Foligno. Hinestroza battling for it. Woo! Thank God the bus is on tonight, man. It does not look like they're scoring tonight. 1743. Oh, big hit by Cotter. And New Jersey with it. They send it around the net back to the blue line. Right side. Shot from the blue line. Puck trickles to the right. Did that get through? Was that a pad save? Here comes the Wild. Shot. Blocked. And the Devils retrieve it. Backhand. Yo, what the hell is Billy Guerin yapping about right now? Blue line. Shot. That doesn't get through. Behind the net. Nice hit by the Wild. God, at least they're finishing their hits, man. 16:53. $16:45 and the Wild send it back in. And then, oh man, taken away. I mean, this just keeps going back and forth. The Wild are playing takeaway here. Literally, the possession went back and forth. And the New Jersey Devils don't beat the Wild. And we're going to have an icing call on the Devils. Going back into the Devils zone. Ho-ho. Nice job by Gustafsson, man. Beautiful. All right, here we go. Puck trickles back into the Wild zone. Wild have it up the right side. Top line, Boldy to Kaprizov. Nice job by the Devils. No, I shouldn't even say nice job. Just a falling Devils player gets in front of that. Wild with it, left side. Faber. Sends it center. Right side, shot. Doesn't get through. And the Devils come away with it. Devils 3-on-2. New Jersey. Left side. Tries to send it back. Doesn't hit his man, but a nice pass. Nonetheless. Wild send it into the corner. Boldy. Unable to hold on. New Jersey with it. Sends it cross ice. If we're out of the playoffs position by Thanksgiving, how hot do you think Heinz' seat is? If they don't make a trade before then, which I mean, Thanksgiving's coming up. I don't think it's going to be hot, to be honest. I don't think it'll have to take more than halfway through the season. Even if by American Thanksgiving they're not good. I think they'll make a trade first. And it's funny because I asked that question earlier. I was like, when do we talk about Heinz getting fired? And they bring back Bruce Boudreau. They're not bringing back Bruce Boudreau. I love Bruce Boudreau. That is a good question. Is it a possibility that those talks heat up around then if they just keep losing? 100%. I think the Wild try to make a trade first because just like systematically it ain't working either. And they seem dejected on the bench this game and just like, yeah, sure, maybe there's just little things they're just not playing hard enough for them or whatever. I think addressing some of the lack of offense is on the GM too. So I can't imagine. So I guess long and the short of it, I cannot imagine they trade him, I cannot imagine they fire him without at least making a trade before then. But we'll see. You know, that's easier said than done. Right? All right. No TV timeout here. 14:43. Shot 17-10. Devils win the faceoff. Panarin's definitely the big name that's being tossed around, but some offensive player, if it's not Panarin, somebody who can score. The Wild run into themselves right now. 14:25. Yeah, I doubt the Wild are winning the lottery, so. They lose tonight, and the next game, something big could happen. The Wild have some young pieces to move in a trade too. Absolutely not. Just play-by-play commentary. This is YouTube. You're up picking his nose on camera. As usual, the Wild cannot break out. They cannot hold the puck. They keep passing the puck to the other team. Disappointed. Yeah, Corby is not. It's been another game offensively where it's just not there. And to add insult to injury, the Devils way faster than them. Or somehow, some way, the Blackhawks. Somehow, some way, Gary will try to get it over there. Well, who thought the Islanders would win? Nobody. And the Devils get another one, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Gustafsson didn't really have a good look on that one.
Emotional damage.
13:52. Great shot by the Devils. Was that Brendan Dillon? The veteran Brendan Dillon. Let's take a look here. Blue line shot, and yeah, I don't think that was tipped. I think that went right through. It might have been redirected off a Wild player. I think it was redirected off the shoulder of the Wild player and went right over the shoulder of Gustafsson. Didn't really have a good look on that one. It is now 2-0 for the New Jersey Devils. Through traffic and it looked like it hit a shoulder, but here comes the Devils again. 13:34. We have young guys, but who's gonna buy on a guy like Ogren, knowing how little they've shown? Well, I mean, he's not going to be the anchor. He might be a piece though. They hold the Devils under 50 shots. It could be an improvement, right? Yeah, he never saw it. Here comes Brendan with an awesome goal. The Utah Mammoth was the biggest rig one I've ever seen. You must be very young. 13-21. Mr. Lethal Migraine. 13-14. Trav, I swear this is the guy who types the hundreds of comments. 13:02. He did join live the other day under the migraine handle, so I'll give him credit. New Jersey pressuring, 12:52. Oh, great job moving the puck back to the blue line. Devil shot. Not sure if Gustafsson got a piece of that, but that goes right and wide and looks like got knocked out of play as well. And we go to our TV timeout, 12:42. Man, tough one to watch, tough one to call. Not really many good takeaways at all from this start of the second period. The New Jersey Devils, great job controlling the puck, great job setting up the puck, great job cycling the puck, and they're getting shots on net as well. Shoot, they're getting shots just through traffic and being rewarded. Something maybe the Wild need to start doing even more so from the outside. Now, I will give credit where credit is due. There were some shots on net earlier in the period by the Wild, and the Devils were getting in those lanes. Shots 23-10, man. 23-10. 3 shots to the Wild this period. It's not good enough. Not good enough as we are almost at the halfway mark. Taking a look at some of the other stats, 12 block shots for the Devils, so that goes beyond the eye test. Minnesota Wild finishing some of their checks, but not really in key moments here. Face-offs, pretty much at 500. The Devils lead by 1. And that's something that even in the games of the Wild have not been able to show any offense. At least they're still winning in like the face-off and some of these other smaller statistical areas. Not really tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Not really tonight. It's what I said I was afraid of last night after watching the Devils skate all over Toronto. And Toronto's not like a blazing fast team, but they have some speed on that team. All right, back from TV timeout. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Oh, they just showed that March 21st, 2023 goal by Boldy. The dirty backhand with 2 seconds left in the game. That's crazy. See, this is how I know Hot Takes doesn't watch hockey. He just throws tantrums. Tantrums Take should be his new handle. 12:41. Tantrum Takes would be fun to go live because we just watch him break shit the whole time. Yeah. He's literally here to troll, dude. But he's been a loyal troll. 12:26. Nice job by the Devils, taking it away. And threw it towards the net. Not necessarily on the net. Enough for Gustafsson to glove down. And they sneak in another commercial. I don't think Toronto's like as fast as they were a few years ago, but yeah, they're definitely a quicker team than the Wild. Wild's kind of average. Not sluggish, but definitely not the quickest. 12:19. Face off to the left of Gustafsson. Realistically, who do we trade for that's going to improve this roster? They need offense. They need someone who just is an offensive juggernaut. Who that is, how they can even acquire that, that's beyond my pay grade. I would like to see Russians get a shift together. Why do the Wild get so scared of trying different lines? The lines have been mixed up a little bit, but yeah, not too much. Toronto decor is slow 99% of the time. They get caught behind the play. What about their forwards? Kempe, if the Kings keep losing Tuck, maybe. Kempe, that might be a good one. Thank God the Wild didn't acquire Elias Pettersson, or they'd be even more fucked right now. Hey, they throw hands first. Toronto's just salty. 11:47 in the New Jersey zone. Bouncing puck. Unable to get to it. And some bodies fall into the ground. Kaprizov. To Ek. Pass at center. That's deflected. Great job of the Devils getting in the lane, the passing lanes as well. They've been doing that pretty much all period. Will the Devils slow down even an iota in the third period? That is the question. Kaprizov, a little solo effort trying to get it to the net, but 2-on-1. He's checked and knocked off the puck. They can't score, and they're unable to get anything going offensively in the offensive zone. Like, they're not only getting pucks on net, they're unable really to set up much at all. Bouillon shot from the blue line. Gets through. Saved. Wild still have it. Spurgeon. Bouillon shot and a save by the Devils. And we will have a face-off to the right of the Devils netminder. So no need at least one more speedy, skilled playmaker. Because they have some pieces that are quick, but they're not. They're the Hinestrozas of the world. Now, don't get me wrong. Bouillon's pretty quick. But we need some fours in that regard. They used rubber tape on the sticks by accident. Dude, this is the... I'm sorry, what are you talking about? Okay, so this is proof that Lockhart doesn't watch the Minnesota Wild. Unless you're joking. Unless you're joking, this is literally, I said in the beginning of the show, I said, people who are blaming Gustafsson are not watching this team. And this is proof of it. Come on, Lockhart. I'm going to assume Lockhart's messing with us. It's text, so I can't read his tone, but I imagine his tone is in a sarcastic tone. That is absolutely insane. Yeah, Gus is not the issue, bro. Gus has been. If it wasn't for Gus, this game would be 5-0 right now. No, that's the craziest thing ever. That's the craziest thing ever, and it's wholeheartedly, it's categorically false. 21 saves, 2 goals allowed already. That's over 90%. This is the Devils' third string goalie. Well, it's like maybe if they got some more shots on him, they'd be getting some goals, but very, very simple shots. Not setting up anything here. 9:47. Wild to year check to Boldy. 23 shots for the Wild already, or for the Devils already. Okay, just sarcasm. Yes, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, come on, Ezekiel, you're here every time. Don't go put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. 9:24. Gustafson is one of the only bright spots of this team. Jiricek up the middle. Yeah, again. He made 40 saves just last week against the Capitals. The Wild trying to chip it in themselves, or single man effort, and unable to do so. Devils keeping them out. No, I know. And correct me if I'm wrong, Corby, but did they not look dejected on the bench after like the first 2 shifts of the second period? Kaprizov's trying, but again, nothing offensively is going, man. Nothing offensively is going. The Devils are playing, and you got to give some credit to the Devils too. They're playing really good defensively. All right, Minnesota finally gets their first chance on the power play. Confused. All right, the Wild are going to go man advantage. Brendan Dillon taking the penalty. Interference? Roughing? Hit the man well after the puck was off his stick. So let's see. I mean, the Wild started off the season with a crazy good power play. Kind of fizzled a little bit recently, but let's see if they can find that magic again. And then just bank on more power plays, Vancouver 2011 style. Read chat, one sec. All right. Wild will come back from this TV timeout on the power play. Again, I'm the glass half full guy trying to I'm obviously going to call it how I see it. This has been a horrendous showing for the Wild. This has been a really bad game. It's been a really good game for the New Jersey Devils, especially coming off a game yesterday, a back-to-back game. When the Devils weren't on, the Wild actually looked like a team that can compete with them tonight, and that was in the first 5 to 8 minutes of the first period. The wheels fell off after that, guys. Devils PK is 95%. Feel bad for Gus, man. Well, you know what? He just got paid, so I don't really feel bad for him. I mean, it sucks. It's not easy. It's not easy, but this is why he's making money. And unfortunately for the Wild, if they do have somehow a second win or able to weather the storm and get the train back on track soon, I'm just scared he'll be too weathered if he has to keep doing this every game in a losing effort down the stretch. I think probably 4, maybe 5 total. Maybe 4. I can see the Devils getting 2 more. Devils have killed 18 straight. Damn. Their breakouts are chipping it up. The boards are flipping it to center, and then they act surprised once they get running to any kind of offense. No confidence. Yep. 5-1. Really? Damn, Austin. Oh, yeah. Well, Austin, what did you expect? Austin, what do you expect? Nothing. Welcome to watching stuff totally legal, my friend. And if we were looking at structure, that's more often than not a coaching issue. Get your ad block going, Austin. 758. I love when I help people out and they just complain. That's the last time I give you anything, Austin. 1 minute on the clock in the Wild. We're going to have to reset here. I was busting your balls, by the way. But yes, fucking ad block is crucial. And a great job by New Jersey, taking it away at the blue line. Backhand. Hischier sent it across. Nobody there. Wild are going to have to reset here on the fly. They send it up. Tarasenko, one-on-one, waiting for reinforcements. He gets them. Kaprizov in the corner being checked. What a penalty kill by the Devils. 38 seconds left on the penalty, or on the power play for the Minnesota Wild. 7:11 remaining in the second period. And the cross-ice pass, nothing there. And here comes the Wild. Shot on goal by the Devils. Short-handed too. 20 seconds remaining. Can the Wild get one last rush? Boldy. Held at the blue line. Hartman takes it to the front and can't get a shot off. 6:35. Power play over. Boldy throws in front of the net. Rebound loose. Johansson hits it. Doesn't go in. I don't have the stats off the top of my head, but Corby, tomorrow I'm going to be live at 8:30 p.m. Central Time with our friend and co-host Brett Marshall, and he will bring you those stats because we're going to be doing a deep dive in all the analytics so far. 50%. We got a full analytical breakdown tomorrow on the show, by the way, guys. So even if you miss it live, it'll be on the channel so you can watch it later. Maybe. I'm not a fortune teller, buddy. I'm not a fortune teller. I am the wrong person to ask. You got to call some of the players on the ice and ask them how they're doing. Power play goes from first to last. Something has to be wrong in this locker room. I don't think it has anything to do with the locker room. I think they're in a rut. Doesn't look like there's any structure. I think they were more lucky than not. Early on, and it looked good, but maybe it was more of the other teams not having their defensive structures going yet. And the Wild catching lightning in a bottle. I can see probably 2 more goals. 4.5. In the game, Urban said he could see, a 5-1 game, so that would hit for you? It's definitely a possibility, buddy. It's definitely a possibility. I just hate saying yes or no because, this isn't a betting channel. And then whenever I say, oh yeah, I think so, and it doesn't happen, people crash out in the live stream, friggin' hot take style. Do you think it goes back to leadership or coach? No. I don't even know what that... I don't even think this is a question. Is it more line combinations or structure? I think a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. It's a depth issue. We need Zuccarello back. I never thought we'd need him so bad, but we need him back. Not that he is the answer, but you got to imagine that's going to help a little bit. Seems like coaching, but that's me trying to be optimistic. Depth, I think. Depth and scoring depth in particular. Skill, scoring depth. 5:55. Could be a little bit structured too. Could be a lot of teams did their homework on what was going right for the Wild early this season and what was going right for them last year too. Because when they were healthy, they were tough to play against last year. Keyword, when they were healthy. Shot in front of the net. Easy little bounce. And here comes Trennan. Shot. That's deflected. 5:23. No, not... Who? Where's the youth? Where's the youth? You could say friggin' Jersey might have too much youth. Jersey might be too skilled for their own good. .456. Stripped of the puck is Jiricek. He's had a tough night too. 2 takeaways. Or 2, he's given up the puck twice. I guess that's one of the youth, is Jiricek. 440. Devils back in the zone. In this particular game, too, the Devils are just so much faster. Shot. That goes left. And the Devils with another shot on Gustafsson. That is the 25th shot on Gustafsson. Experience. I don't think so, man. I really don't. Because I think the key players are experienced, right? The key players who we need to see more out of are the experienced ones. I will say that the young guys, I was hoping to see a little bit more out of them to start the season. You're only really settling in now. Maybe on the back end, a little bit more than the forward group. And Wallstedt looks pretty good. What's up, Michael Lord? Are you a Wild fan? Sounds like you are. 409. Big Wild fan over here, Mr. Lord. Do you use a Bic razor or do you just use your bare hands, Mr. Lord? Wild just trying to win the battle at center. Love to see more from Eck. Yeah, he's been quiet, especially this game. And another penalty coming against New Jersey. Luke Hughes taking this one. Looks like he tied up his man in the corner, and they're calling this a holding call. Not the most egregious penalty by any means. So the Wild, getting a little gift here. Getting a little gift here. Ogren sent to Iowa, scored immediately. Hope he gets his confidence back there. Then comes up and at least makes a little bit of noise. Michael, you're not answering my question. A, are you a Wild fan? And B, do you use a Bic razor or just your hands? I want to see Michael Lord's live stream right now because he's probably trashed his house. I think he's thrown a chair in his wall right now, to be honest. Wild need to get both Ogren and the Iowa coach. What does that even mean, Alistair? What does that even mean? 1 minute and 43 seconds. The Wild are playing pretty mild in this game, though. That is a weak call. So the Wild have to capitalize on this because this is a little bit of a gift. Bowler with the shot. Glendening tying him up in the corner, but the Wild still have it. Booyam. Oh, bumblefucks it. Boldy's able to retrieve it and send it back deep in the zone. Eck unable to spring Kaprizov, and the Devils clear it. Gustafsson sends it up the right side. What a pass by Gustafsson. Kaprizov center, backhand. Under the top of the goal, and that's going to bounce to center, clear to center. 249. Also, they just sent Ogren down. Use the Bic single blade. Oh, thank you for answering, Urban. Thank you for answering. Honestly, they just need a scoring up. 249. No, because you refuse to answer my question. Oh, but you bite on someone calling you an idiot. So you aren't deaf. Okay. So I thought maybe you were deaf for a second. I would have had to type for you, Mr. Lord. Are you a Wild fan? Is it so hard to answer that question? And do you use your hands to pull out your hair, or do you use a Bic razor? 2 easy questions to answer, Mr. Lord. Can't hit a barn door, unfortunately. He can't even stop a beach ball. Shout to Goon. Rossi sends it back to the blue line. Interesting. Michael Lord still won't answer the question. I think he is a Wild fan. I think he is a Wild fan. Okay, maybe not. Maybe Michael. Here, I'm going to type it for you, Michael. Oh, shot. Nice save, rebound. Rossi on the side. Can't put the backhand in. Tries to go left side. Great job of the New Jersey defense. Michael still can't answer the question. Back to Johansson. Back to Faber. Nice check by Hischier on Faber. Sorry about that, guys. My internet just froze for a second, but we are back. We are back. Sorry, my whole internet froze. Michael got me. Michael got me. He not only threw his chair through his wall, he threw his chair at my modem too. But don't worry, guys. We plugged it back in. We're good. Michael literally crashing out right now. I've heard that before. I've heard that before. 40 seconds remaining. I am a Wild observer, casual fan. Yo, what's up? Shout out to the Go for Puck Alive podcast, guys. Go check out their show and their YouTube channel. They do amazing work. Honestly, I was at the Gophers game a couple weeks ago, and I saw you guys there, and I was too starstruck to come say hello. I'm not gonna lie. I was too starstruck to come say hello. So I will next time. I will next time. All right, I'm trying to be inclusive here. I wrote, hey, Michael, being inclusive here since you can't hear me and my questions. Final seconds, 15 seconds. New Jersey has it. Blue line, Wild, we're able to push it out. There you go. There you go. Look at me. Look at me. All inclusive here. The all inclusive show. End of the second period. And honestly, if Gustafsson was not on tonight, this would have been a 5-1 game going into the second. Or sorry, this would have been a 5-0 game going into the second, let alone probably 6 now. Not much to take away from this one, guys. Not much to take away from this one. Wild seem out of sync. Can't capitalize on their power plays. Their second one was a gift, too, because that was a pretty weak call. Unable to capitalize on that. No one was really noticeable. Maybe the second line had a few opportunities, but like that's really pulling at straws. Or pulling at straws. Bring out the blender. I guess so. Okay, so you were a Wild fan. Why is it so hard to answer that question? I just want to know if you're someone from the New Jersey market coming in here ripping on the Wild, which is totally fine. Like you guys can do that, or if you're just a frustrated Wild fan. You, for some reason, cannot answer that question. So I think Michael's a Wild fan who's just pissed off and crashing out. Yeah, tonight has been awful, Cole. Tonight has been awful. Thanks so much for being a member. It has been a horrendous night. 23 saves, 25 saves for Gus through 2. Bring out the blender. The New York game gave us a little bit of hope. But that was about it. Here's the second part of the question, by the way. I'm going to start having to use a Bic razor soon. With the Canucks and Wild playing the way that they are, bruh. Michael still can't answer the question. He still can't answer. Honestly, Michael is the entertainment tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out. I've never... Maybe I have to keep typing. Maybe he does have a hearing deficiency. Because when I typed, he seemed to answer. I really got nothing else to go more towards on this stream, since there's not much to go off of in this second period. And the other games just started, so we can't even be like, oh, let's check into these other games here, because not really much is going on at all. How so? How so? I'm literally just trying to get Michael to answer the question. But whatever turns you on, Draku. Draku's into some weird shit, ladies and gentlemen. The entertainment is always better when the team is losing, right? That's when the chat gets fired up. Draku wants to see me do some weird shit with Michael Lord. Michael Lord, I think it has a hearing impairment. Michael Lord can't even spell. Red Wings score. He's so angry. You know, I get it though. I get angry and I smash my keyboard too. So I can't even throw shade at that one. Yeah, Jaku's salivating. I don't have an account there, but maybe one of the other boys does. Red Wings are in first place. Michael, I literally typed the questions for you. Are you a Wild fan? And do you pull your hair out with your hands, or do you use a Bic razor? I ask a lot of Wild fans that question. That's why I just want to know. Go Habs 5-1. That is your prediction, Hockey from Home. Compher with the goal for the Red Wings, by the way. Compher, I barely knew her. Tyler Pitlick, he's happy to be here, but doesn't look as dejected as the bench. Okay, he's no longer a Wild fan. Got you. He still won't answer the question. Very interesting. Very interesting. I use Harry's razor. It's crazy because the Red Wings are $23 million under the cap right now. I didn't think the Red Wings were going to be anything special this season, and I'm still not convinced they hold on to that spot as the season goes on. But honestly, to interact with the chat, because there's not much else going on here. We don't have a guest for the second period intermission. And you seem very angry, like someone who's pulling out their hair, like most Wild fans are. So that's why I asked, do you just use a Bic razor in frustration as the tears flow down with like some Celine Dion in the background? Or do you just rip that shit out like the Canucks fans do back where I'm from? Because it's still very early in the season. And Billy Guerin probably is not going to get fired until some or at least one big trade is made. And that is the honest answer. As fans, we can 100% not be satisfied with that answer, but that is the honest answer. You seem to be crying right now, though, sir. You literally are crying in rage. I can see it through the chat. And that's hard, man. It's hard to see the tears through the chat. Flames or Sharks, though? Guerin isn't getting fired. Is Hoppy a father again yet? Not yet. Not yet, but... I mean, any day now. Any day now. Duct tape is my choice. The beginning of the season is an extension of last season. I see no difference. Last season was a good year. Last season was way better than the year before. The year before was ass, as they played bad healthy and they played bad injured. Last year they played tremendous healthy and played good enough to get into the playoffs injured. Now, another playoff exit? Yep. Did everyone figure that was going to happen against Vegas? Yep. Last season was not good. Okay, I don't know what season you watched then. I don't know what season you watched. Yeah, no, like I said, again, I speak in facts. No bias. I'm from Vancouver, bro. I'm from Vancouver Island. I've been covering the Minnesota Wild for over 6 years now, and I've been living in Minnesota for a while, so I am not enjoying watching this, don't get me wrong, but like I speak more from, I try to tell it how I see it without those tears of anger that are seeping through the live chat. And Michael, you just seem to be just angry at us. Like, we're all not happy with this team, dude. We're all not happy with this team. You're going from 0 to 100, though. We're being realistic, right? And like I said, as fans, you can be angry. I'm not saying hold back, dude. Break your tables. Smash some shit. Cry. Like you are right now, my friend. Tears of anger. I'm just saying, if you're going to ask questions, I'm going to answer them realistically. You can't be upset when it's a realistic answer. Absolutely. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But to say that last season was a bad season when they were able to make the playoffs by hanging on by a thread, without Kaprizov scoring, finding some depth scoring, which dried up now, which is an opposite of what you said. It's not an extension. This is a whole new year. This is a whole new issue that the Wild have. They actually had some depth guys score last year, and none of them are even scoring. So I disagree that it's an extension of last year. I think it's worse than last year. The second period isn't over yet, buddy. We'll get back to the play-by-play here soon. No, thank you, hockey. I'm a diehard Wild fan, but I'm even keeled. It's 2 after 2. Second period, we have... Oh, sorry, yes, the second period is over. Second intermission isn't over. True, Mike. Yeah, Michael, I get it. But again, you're going 0 to 100 right now. Like the same. It sounds like you're like throwing a tantrum in the chat. Yes, you're right. But if you're saying last season with blanket statement, you're right. But are you really going off no context at all? I'm not even making excuses. I'm laying out facts. When the Wild were healthy, they were awesome, and they were good enough to make the playoffs depleted. How is that not a success of a season? So you would rather them just not even be good, even when injured, and just be like right now? So you wanted them to be like right now last season, is what I am interpreting this from. You know what I mean? And that's weird. And that's why I'm calling you out on it. The Wild really need to bottom out. Unfortunately, they're not going to do that, man. And you know that, Michael. You know that. Unfortunately, they're not going to do that, buddy. And you know that. They just signed Kaprizov. They ain't bottoming out, man. And that's easier said than done. The Canucks bottomed out, got Quinn Hughes, Elias Pettersson. They traded for a JT Miller. They had Demko. Still didn't work out for them. Right? So it's not a guarantee even when you bottom out. It's not a guarantee even if you bottom out. And if there's a way to build versus bottom out, which there is a path to it. Not an easy one, but there is a path to it. Hey, speaking of Canucks goaltending, Corey Schneider, former Canucks goaltender. I just fired up the New Jersey broadcast. Oh, what a blast from the past. Such a beauty as well, guys. Such a beauty as well. Talk about a guy just completely injury riddled towards the end. Again, Michael's just not listening. He must be a little bit deaf. He must be a little deaf. Again, Michael, I wish you were listening to what I was saying. I'm not going to just keep repeating it over and over again. You're going 0 to 100. You're not listening. And that's okay. You're angry right now. You're having your tantrum. That's okay, buddy. I get it. If I was a diehard fan of this team, I'd probably be having a tantrum as well. But if you're going to ask me questions and then just say stupid shit like, you're easy to please, another first round exit is not a success, given the context and how I just explained my point, then you're clearly not listening, and you can go to some other chat and bitch and complain there. Go to Seth's chat and bitch and complain there. I'm sure he'd love you. So an injury-riddled season. Do I have to really say this one more time, chat? Chat, am I not speaking clearly, or is Michael just in a rage right now? All right, fuck you, Michael. Fuck this guy, dude. No matter what you think, the answers will not change the fact that the cup is the hardest trophy to win. Chicago isn't back. They will not maintain. I feel like I gave that guy enough rope, chat. I feel like I gave that guy enough rope. Who thinks I should bet 500 in Minnesota under 1.5? I don't think you should bet any more on this game, my friend. Seth just ended like he did last week. I didn't blame him. Oh, I just kicked him out. That Vancouver game last night was embarrassing. No, oh, dude, yeah. The Canucks have been awful. The only shining bright light in the Canucks franchise right now is our friend Joe LeBate just got called up, Minnesota boy, and Kiefer Sherwood looks good, and Demko's not injured. The heartbreak is getting a bit much for Michael. Understandable. 14 years, no playoffs for the Sabres. I want to say that my Wild fandom waned when they were dropped by providers like Dish Network, YouTube TV, and whatnot. Got sick of chasing just to watch a game. Dude, I hear you. I hear you. If this wasn't the age of the internet, go for Puck Live, and I was able to find it elsewhere pretty easy, I would be more pissed off at that than the lack of scoring. Oh, appreciate that, Hog from Home. Merz Lincolns is looking good for CBJ. If anything, bet on them not to score a goal. Who is XQC? I'm mad too, bro. Yo, Rusty, you ain't Michael mad, though. You ain't Michael mad. That dude was breaking tables. That dude was throwing so much shit around his house. He had stuff lodged in his ears. He couldn't even hear us talk. I would have banned him 20 minutes ago. I know, but we didn't have a guest, so I treated him as the crazy guest. Oh. I wanted to see how much I could get out of him. I'm sorry, Chad. That was selfish. And I'm on literally Hoppy's Twitter, too. Sorry, Hoppy. The Houston Astros are even worse to try and watch. One of the biggest YouTubers / streamers from Quebec. Is he actually from Quebec? A big streamer from Quebec. No way. Oh, I've seen this guy in like news and shit before. Felix. Does he do like reaction videos and shit like that? Do I even want to know? I'm home. Yo, Reaper. You are lucky that Philip Gustafson is standing on his head, because this game would probably be friggin' 5-0. Or sorry, Wild fans, I guess, are lucky that Philip Gustafson is standing on his head, or else this game would be 5-0. You're unlucky since you're a Devils fan. And by the way, the difference between Michael and Hot Takes is Hot Takes is one of the homies, even though we do butt heads. And even though there's some friggin' lethal migraine ass takes, Hot Takes ain't no Michael. He thinks the Toronto Maple Leafs are slow, but he ain't no Michael. Gonna end a 5-0, I think. You know what's even crazier is Michael's now probably screaming in his living room, this damn fucking snowflake just banned me on YouTube. Honestly, he's probably having a stroke or something right now. Yeah, pissed about that penalty, though. Yeah, and Gambling Stream's pretty sure he also was big into Overwatch. Oh, okay. I think all their shots have been dumping so far. Not all of them, but most of them. They did end the second period with a little bit of momentum. Not as much. Like the last 3 minutes of the first period were honestly the Wild's best showing this game. 3 minutes. Yo, what's up? Janelle Music. Some guy who's having a friggin' tantrum like a child. I have to go get my kid to the rink. That penalty was a soft call. I said it was a gift. 5-0 would be wild. Draku. Bro is tweaking. I know. I probably entertained it a little too much. Sorry if it got annoying, chat. How are you doing? Is it Janelle Music? Janelle Music? Jean-Niel? All right, we should be back after this commercial break, guys. And look at that. I didn't even take a break this whole stream. If you guys have to suffer, I got to suffer with you. It's French. You entertained and I poked the little bear. It's funny, he wouldn't answer me, but as soon as someone in the chat called him an idiot, oh, I'm an idiot. Fuck the mild. Ben oui, je parle français aussi. It's the only other language I speak. Because honestly, the French national anthem in Canada is, dare I say, better than the English one now. Because the English one, they be changing words and shit. The French, they stay true to it at least. Les Québécois sont stubborn. But sometimes it works in their favor. Yeah, they're showing all the missed shot attempts. Oh my God, man. 18 block shots by the Devils. That can't go unnoticed too. You're so right. All right, third period, guys. Lord have mercy. Or is it? I'm not a religious man. I don't know. But the hockey gods need to help the Wild here, guys, because goddamn has this been mild, to quote the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Crash Out Michael. All right, John Hines, I guess, has Fridley Mike. He has started to blend the lines here. 1939. Here comes the Wild. Up the left side. And that's just that lack of speed, man. Unable to beat the Devils to it. Boldy. Now they're back to that Ek, Boldy, Kaprizov line. Yo, shout out to Andre Palat, by the way. Still in the league, 34 years old. Oh, pass right to center, but getting that left pad out was New Jersey. What a save and what a read. The D need to hold the damn line. Yeah, there's not really any excuse. I can't make many glass half full excuses here tonight, hot takes. Hold the door. Hold the door. Oh, beautiful draw pass by New Jersey. The Wild were there on their man to defend. Boldy. Bouillon. Chasing it into the zone. To the corner. Johansson with a nice poke check, but to nobody there to retrieve it. And here come the Devils. 1-on-1. Nice. Oh my God, what a fucking play by the Devils. Great save by Gustafsson. Spinning back fist where he could have passed to the right side, but Gustafsson read it. Gambled on the fact that he was going to commit. What a save by Gustafsson. That was probably one of the best saves of the night. Oh my God. Oh, Boldy checked in front and his stick off of it. That was probably one of the best saves and reads of the night by Gustafsson. Again, 18 shots in the Wild, but like, honestly, there's too many. They're not high danger chances. And like the chat said, a lot of them were just dumping that puck in. Middleton able to knock the puck loose and up into the zone. I wish it looked smooth in the Wild breakout. Dude, they barely have a breakout in this game. Again, it looked smooth for maybe like 5 minutes of this game, and those 5 minutes were sporadic in the first period alone. Oh my God, on a single effort by the Devils. What are the Wild doing out of position? Again, I saw the Wild were dejected in the second period, guys. And they're playing a little dejected here now as well. Holding the line is Brandon Dillon. Devils send it back in deep. There's a hit from the Wild. I like some physicality. Let's get something going, boys. Good hit by Trennan. Tarasenko. Board to Trennan. He's at center. Wild are changing. And the puck gets knocked back into the Wild zone. Gustafsson makes a good pass. Wild finish their change. They're making a breakout. Through center, right side. Faber leaves it. Pitlick back to the blue line. Kaprizov double shifting on the Pitlick line now. Yurov, Pitlick, and Kaprizov. A shot from the blue line. Rebound doesn't go through, and that goes the length of the ice. Yeah, Kaprizov's going to be playing his ass off this period. Eriksson Ek tips it in, and they're going to change. Or at least regroup. Did they get Kaprizov off the ice yet? Ek to Hinestroza and Foligno on this one. Spurgeon keeps it in. Eriksson Ek misses it in the slot. Devils have it back in, waiting for reinforcements. Hughes with it back to the blue line. Dude, Brendan Dillon's actually had a pretty good night too. I mean, honestly, every Devil has looked good here tonight. Timo Meier's pass was broken up by the Wild. Chips it up, and here's Eriksson Ek. Knocks it back down. Foligno. Boldy with it in the corner, helping out Ek. This puck is going to trickle to the blue line. It does. The Wild keep it in. Wasn't able to get a shot, but Middleton does keep it in. Rings around the other side. Johansson sends it back around the boards. Middleton joining the action. Oh, man, just some bad puck luck from Eriksson Ek as the puck just jumps over his stick there. And we're going to have a penalty on the Minnesota Wild. Saw that coming, and Jiricek little frustrated there as he knocks the stick out of his opponent's hand, and you can see John Hines with a... That's a slash if I've ever seen one. A frustrated slash from Jiricek. Oh my God, yup. This ain't the World Series, bud. $15-11. My God. That penalty is worth it. 1:15. Oh, what a goal by the Devils. What a goal. What a goal. Oh my God. Off the face-off. Off the face-off. Snipe right side. First goal to 81. I don't even know who that is for the Wild. Unbelievable shot. I mean, at this point, you just got to appreciate the good shit that we're going to see in this game. And we ain't going to see any good shit by anyone other than Gustafsson. Oh! Beautiful shot. Face off. Unable to get his man, or unable to get in between the puck and the man there. Dude, 100%. I said going into the second period, I thought it would have been 5-0. He's not going to block every shot like that. That was perfect. And that's the last time we see Jiricek. I highly doubt that. Maybe tonight. Maybe tonight. Badass goal. But he's definitely going to be still part of this Wild organization. 15:02. But yeah, tonight you're that. I don't know what else staples you to the bench faster than a fucking slash like that and an insta goal. Based off the Wild experience, this is what they will do. Watch, now in the last 14 minutes, the Wild are going to play the best hockey that they played all year. But not score a thing. No, I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be more of, I think, an FU from the hockey gods than anything. And that's going to be offside. They're going to sneak in a quick little commercial here, but we're going to have this face-off right outside the zone again. The Devil zone. I like what Seth just tweeted. What did Seth just tweet? 1444. He sure. That goes, that deflected left and wide. A nice right blocker save. Or maybe it was the stick. Just getting beat to every puck, getting beat off every puck, giving up PK goals in 3 seconds and capable of driving the net. $139. There's a nice little save by the New Jersey Devils goalie as Wild had some little opportunity there, just a little poke shot. Baffles me how our team built by Billy Guerin, one of the baddest motherfuckers in his playing days, is so fragile and soft, dude. They look like the fucking Gophers out there. In the words of a character on SpongeBob, this is a bunch of fish paste. The hockey gods favored you tonight. Yo, shout to Reaper, by the way. Again, longtime subscriber of the Sota Pod. Big hockey fan. A fan of the Devils here, but he's honestly being less annoying in the chat than some of the boasting fans who come over to losing teams chats. He's one of the boys, though, and I was hoping you'd be part of this chat, dude, so thank you for hanging out. Devils bring it back right side around the net. Wild able to send this one up the right side, but getting bullied a little bit there was Tarasenko even. Shot in front of the net. Puck scooped up by the Wild. William at center. 2-on-1. Still able... Oh, he gets his pocket picked. I thought he was going to be able to get one more whack at it, but that 2-on-1, he got his pocket picked. Friggin' Gustafson has to get his stick involved. $12-17. Pitlick lost it. Hughes with a shot. Unable to get through. Trenyon with it. We have 12:04. Yo, what's up, card boys? Good to see you. Good to see you. 7 goals on this road trip for the Wild. 5 games. 11:52. Here come the Devils. Card boys, how's your week going, buddy? Good to see you on this Wednesday evening. It's called Flash Score, Reaper Jones. It's called Flash Score. I'd like to make a confession. I own a Devils Parise jersey, and they are my second or third team. Hey, nice little shot or block there by Yurov, and Yurov trying to get that puck out, loses it. Bro, Capitals are probably like my third favorite team, and I still wasn't happy about that win last week. The NHL should make a surrender option so the team could just end it and leave. Yo, that happened literally in an MMA organization today. For a championship belt, after the 3rd round of getting wrestle fucked, the guy literally walked out of the cage. DeMarte Pena, dude. Walked out of the cage. Shot, doesn't get through, rebound. And Gustin had no idea where that one was. Going good, even though this year's been crazy. I hear you, man. Last stretch of the year before the new year. My 2 favorite teams are the Wild and whoever plays the Stars. 10:38, we're going to have a face-off. This puck goes up and out of play. I would say Canucks, I bleed blue and green. They're my team till I die. Even though... Oh, man. Props to Yurov. Blocked that shot and was able to get it. I say, like, Yurov honestly has had a pretty good game, but... He's had a not horrendous game. That's what I'll say. Everyone else had a horrendous game. My one takeaway in this loss, in this atrocious game from Yurov, is that he can play at this level. And that was something that, Ogren hate. There are moments where they look good in the first few games. There are moments where I'm like, they still look like AHL players. Yurov had those moments too, but I would say tonight and last game, I was like, okay, starting to look like an NHL player, even in a losing effort, but an NHL player. Bro, it was so bad. It was so bad. I'm stoked that my friend Joseph LeBate, who's a Minnesota guy, I'm stoked that he got called up, but like they're so bad and depleted that my boy Joe LeBate got called up, who probably should have just made the team out of camp anyways, if we're being honest. Canucks, and then I have a rooting interest in the Wild because I've been covering them for about 6 years now. Oh, deflected shot, and Gustafsson forcing that right and wide. I'll say Canucks, and then a rooting interest in the Wild, and I've loved the Capitals since fucking Alzner, Semin, Mike Green, Ovechkin, Backstrom. We're all there. So I think I'll always be a little bit of a Capitals fan too, with or without Ovi. It all depends on the hockey tourney at the Winter Olympics, and the Wild get a goal. 9 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, and Boldy with it. The bench doesn't even look fired up though. What the fuck? You gotta get them fired up, boys. There's more than enough time here. If you believe. And just a single effort by Boldy here, retrieving the puck. Holds, shot. Oh, and what a snipe over the right shoulder. What a snipe. Boldy with a beautiful snipe shot, a single effort there. And the Wild are at least on the board. Does have points in 7 of the last 8 games. Nice shot indeed. I like the Flames and Kings, but I'm mostly a Stars fan. You know what? I don't hate the Flames. Most Canucks fans do. I don't hate the Flames because right when I graduated high school, I moved to Calgary. So the first NHL games I went to were actually in the Flames barn. And I had season tickets to the WHL team there that also played at the Saddle Dome. So the Flames will always hold a special place in my heart. And I actually really like the logo as well, but I want the Canucks to crush them all the time. And in the Battle of Alberta, I'm Team Flames over Team Edmonton all day, every day. You could see him gritting his teeth all night. I don't like the Flames. I don't like the Oilers, to be honest. The Coilers. Dude, I'm that one Canadian that doesn't blindly root for all the other Canadian teams. Wow, we scored. Can't wait for the Heinz quotes on this one after the horn. Bro, hot takes too. 8:20. Appreciate everybody joining us here tonight. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I stream at least one Wild matchup / game every week. We have live streams every Monday and Wednesday. If we don't have a Wild game on Wednesday, then we stream Wednesday. If we had Wild games on Wednesdays, then we stream Thursday. So I'll be live again tomorrow. Shot. Deflected again. Gustafsson, 30 shots. Let's hope he doesn't have to make 40. 7 minutes and 53 seconds. And this is going to be offside. Tarasenko unable to hold it. And we're going to go to a TV timeout. 7 minutes and 51 seconds. I hate BS post games interviews. Oilers Stars feels like a rivalry. With how stacked both the teams have been in these recent playoff matchups, say a little mini rivalry. I honestly hate the Dallas team. I was alive when they ran from MN. And I think most Stars fans could probably understand that. It's like, oh, well, they hate me a little bit more than a division rival. It's funny though. I wonder if it's funny because Winnipeg never hated Arizona, but Winnipeg got a team back. I'm trying to think of other teams that moved. I guess Minnesota did get a team back too. And I guess Winnipeg and Arizona are too far, so it doesn't really matter. Being in the same division is oof. I mean, I'm a fan of the Devils, Predators, and Red Wings. Well, before the Empire fell. Man, before the Empire fell, I mean, I think everyone was a Datsuk fan. I've never heard anybody, even some Pittsburgh Penguins fans who, they had a pretty good beef with the Red Wings, right? even Penguins fans are like, dude, Datsuk was one of the nastiest players I've ever seen. And I think he is one of the most talented players, if not the most just talented player. Or you know what? Oh, man, I don't even like, I could, maybe one of the most complete players. Maybe one of the most complete players. Because I always forget. You think of Dangles Datsuk, the Magic Man. You forget that he fucking is a Selke guy, too. You hate the Bruins, Habs, and Maple Leafs, too. I hate the Bruins. I hate the Toronto more than I love my mother. And the Habs, I'm never happy when the Habs are good, but like I don't hate them as much as Toronto. They're just les habitants. Tabernacalis. They're whatever. They're the fucking Habs, dude. They command respect even when I roll my eyes at them. I hate the Frogs. What are Frogs? For the Winnipeg Jets, they were the Atlanta Thrashers. Dude, before the Arizona Coyotes were the Arizona Coyotes, they were, or sorry, Phoenix Coyotes, they were the Winnipeg Jets. And then Atlanta became Winnipeg. I haven't been in Canada for like 4 years. Honestly, I've never liked the Red Wings, not even when Pavel Zetterberg were there. Penguins fan. The Magic Man was one of my favorite players to watch. And I was indifferent on the Red Wings. Backhand, high and wide by the Wild. Luke Hughes brings it center ice. Knocked away by the Wild. Middleton with it now. No, I haven't actually. I only watch sports you're allowed to fight in. So box lacrosse, calcio storico, and on my second channel, I stream and cover about 35 to 40 hours of mixed martial arts every weekend. This is my second channel. Oh, 2-on-1 for the Devils. 2-on-1. Nice deflection. That puck doesn't go cross ice, but the Devils still have it. So if you're a kickboxing, Muay Thai, or MMA fan, I do a lot of these watch parties and do live broadcasting and cover combat sports. But I don't like sports you're not allowed to fight in. Stick up high. And is this going to be a call on the Wild here? I didn't see the official put the hand up. I just saw a whistle when... Was that Timo Meier went to the ground? Nice save by Dodds. Also, I still pour one for the Yotes fans. 100%. I hope that eventually it works out, because I do think they can be a really good market. Card Boys, here's my second channel. I said 2025 was the crazy year for me because of the shocking deaths recently, like Kiss guitarist, Hulk Hogan's, and others. Dude, in the MMA world, Duke Rufus, who was Midwest mixed martial arts. He was the Pettis coach. He ran Rufus Sports in Milwaukee. He passed away in his sleep the other night. I think it was 55 years of age. Coyotes had their team stolen, much like when they stole the Jets. Mammoth are hated. Okay. There you go. I do think Arizona will... no, that was a high... Why did they show us this view? We want a closer view. Okay, this is what we want. Embellish! He embellished, bro. He embellished that shit. I don't think the stick connected. Not from that angle. I did not see a stick connect. I have. Card Boys. I don't live under a rock, my friend. I don't live under a rock. I may only watch fighting sports, but I don't live under a rock. All right, another TV timeout. There must be a penalty, or else they wouldn't have gone to one, right? Right, chat? Or are they just looking at this? It's a fair call. I don't know. I saw him fling that head back a little bit. I have to see. I only saw 2 replays, and I just didn't see the connection. First one, I just couldn't see it from that view. Second one, I don't know if I saw it. I don't know if I saw it, Reaper. I only saw two replays, though. Let me know if you guys saw them. Right in the face. Okay, you know what? I'll trust you. I'll trust you. I'll trust you. Hopefully there's no blood. Honestly, though, if I was a hockey player, where's the Canucks hat? I do have... I think I have a Canucks beanie. Did I just say beanie? I mean toque. Oh, my God. I have been living in the States for too long. Fair call. Okay. Like I said, I only saw two replays. I left my Canucks jerseys at home because I figured, like, unless the Canucks visit, I'm not really wearing one. So I have one here. The rest is in storage back in Canada. Okay, so no penalty, but the Wild blew, but the ref blew the whistle. So we're gonna have a face-up. This makes no sense. The Wild are upset and New Jersey are upset. They're both yelling at the ref. The Wild get a call or get a play called in the offensive zone, called off, and there's no penalty. You know what? They shouldn't be complaining. They got no penalty, and they just won the face-off. If I go to Canada, be careful of these geese. That's weird. Shot, rebound, unable to put it home is Kaprizov. Watch out for the Moose. I'm sorry, but I still don't like the Canucks. That stems from the Wild 2003 playoff run. I love that, though. I love that. I love that. Oh, nice defense. But then the Wild gets their pocket picked. Backhand, huge save by Gus Bus. Meyer wheels and deals. After getting his pocket picked, he got it back from the defense. Hughes circles in front, shot, and that's going to be deflected right and wide. I love rivalry in sports. I'd be annoyed if all you guys were Canucks fans or like didn't hate the Canucks or have not only or not or would have even just like I don't know, not but like a little disdain for them, right? Oh, I'm not an Oilers fan, so I was pretty happy. There were more Canadians on the Panthers team anyways, so let's go, baby. I'm fine. Like, if it's not a team I root for in the Canucks, or like, I don't hate Winnipeg, I don't hate Ottawa, I don't hate Calgary. Ottawa, I always forget about Ottawa. I guess I don't hate them either. If any of them won the Stanley Cup, I'd be happy for them. I don't give a fuck if the Oilers win a Stanley Cup. I don't give a fuck if Toronto wins a Stanley Cup. I don't give a fuck if Montreal wins a Stanley Cup. If anything, I'm rooting against those three teams to win a Stanley Cup. Yo, Marcus Naslin. Yo, I mean, I was going to say, no one really has much respect for Bertuzzi anymore, says the guy with a bobblehead of Bertuzzi. He's hiding, though. He's hiding. Yeah, Naslin, the Sedins. I got nothing but respect for them, man. Rick Rippon was one of my favorites. Rest in peace. He was our Derek Bugard, but he was half the size. I don't mind Winnipeg. 420, smoke him if you got him. Shit, some of you guys might need some a little harder after this game. You own a Jets jersey? Nice. Timu Solani, the GOAT. One of the GOATs. And a tripping call by Hughes. Luke Hughes, honestly, I call that NHL hockey. The refs really want the Wild to come back in this one. Yeah, interference. Oh, okay, you know what? Now that I saw, he did push him a little bit. Bertuzzi was amazing, and then, yeah. And then, he's more than a bum. He's a fucking criminal. He's straight up a criminal. I'm a criminal. Now, this is a big power play. Every single one. Fuck the Blue Jays. Fuck the Raptors. Fuck Toronto FC in particular. The Maple Leafs. I forget what their lacrosse team is called, but fuck them too. The Argos. Fuck them especially. Mild need to lock in and become the Wild. This is huge. You take me as an Argonaut fan? An Argonaut fan? Gold Lions, baby. There's at least some fighting in the CFL. There were 2 line brawls this year. Or this season. If you were allowed to fight in the NFL, I'd watch it more. But you're not allowed to fight, so... All right, do you guys think that is possible here? The Wild's power play has looked mild. To steal a word from the chat here. And New Jersey's looked incredible. I only eat mild salsa, so that's a second penalty for Luke Hughes and... Oh, I meant the St. Louis Blues. I mean, put it this way. I'm rooting for the Blue Jays to lose. I don't really care if the Dodgers win or not. Obviously, you know what I mean? Oh my God, dude. The new... Sheldon keeps friggin' like seething. Hey, you're all able to draw a penalty. The Wild have been given a gift with not having to kill a penalty just a few moments ago. Just one commercial break ago. Given a gift of a power play, their last one. This one deserving. Are you insinuating that you're a big boy? Yeah, rooting for the Blue Jays to lose. Everybody hates the Dodgers. I don't follow baseball, though. If they were allowed to fight, then I'd follow baseball. I'd like, man, I heard that there's some good dugout freaking brawls in the 70s. Yeah, I'm gonna go jump off of 3M, US Bank now, Ezekiel. Thank you. You'll get to see them on Team USA. Okay? You're already spoiled enough. 1 minute and 43 seconds remaining on the power play. My grandfather was a Mariners fan, so if I was going to root for a baseball team, it'd be the Mariners. Ichiro Suzuki was the man. Blues are going to lose good. 124, Wild have it. Back to the blue line. Left side. To Spurgeon. Right side. Tarasenko. Back to Spurgeon. Tarasenko. Shot! And that doesn't get through. Glad Tarasenko actually shot. There you go. Kaprizov shot. Again, I don't watch baseball, so I have no idea. 55 seconds remain on the power play. At least they got a couple shots off on this one. Kaprizov gains the zone and then passes to his right, and it bounces off the wall and comes out of the zone. Oh my goodness. Yo, I got to give another shout out to Cameron Myers again, by the way, with the $20. Oh, big save by the Devils. Kaprizov was there to try to clean up any garbage, but Hartman, nice attempt, no rebound. $30 seconds remaining in the power play. 2:30 remain in the game. 35 shots for the Devils. Please, I don't want to see 40, man. I don't want to see 40. I mean, I want to see Gustafsson obviously save them all, but like, poor Gus, man. .237 on the clock, and here's the face-off. Hartman wins it. Back to the blue line. 40-40, great save by Dawes. I mean, if I was spoiled, the Wild would have at least won first round advance since 2016. True. Beggars can't be choosers. You want all 3 Hughes on the Devils? You want all 3 Hughes on Team USA? Or you want the Wild to win the first round? Oh, Johansson whiffs on a shot. I mean, fuck Johansson. Right, chat? Right, chat? And that does it. Man, the New Jersey Devils penalty kill comes as advertised. He's definitely not the reason they lost the game tonight. If anything, he's been one of the few guys who's actually been noticeable a little bit offensively, but the whole team has been horrendous. He's been less horrendous than most. Oh yeah, I've gone to Seattle a bunch. I used to live in Western Canada. Hey, I want to see 40 shots too. I need New Jersey to win by 3 to hit my parlay. Minnesota pulls the goalie. Boldy in the offensive zone. Wild. Kaprizov gets his pocket picked, and New Jersey sends one the length of the ice, and it's a goal. Of course it's a goal. There you go, buddy. There you go. You hit it. You hit it with the empty netter.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Hey, you're overhit too. Just in time. I'm just going to go cry in the corner. And Johansson's better right now than Ogren. What a goal. What a goal. Oh my, that's my Blue Jays luck. Yo, what's up, Kyle? Well, good night, 2:36 a.m. What a waste of time that was. Hey, you got to hang out with the homies. You saw Boldy score, and you saw Michael crash out. I think that was worth the 2 hours and 36 minutes. Have a great night/morning, and we'll see you on the next one, Travs. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Guys, shout out to Torquebo Travs. He's in the UK. He's a Wild fan in the UK, and he stayed up to watch this garbage-ass shit game for the Wild. Halifax and Calgary, my 2 favorite cities. Love Calgary. Calgary's such an underrated city, and Halifax is beautiful. Downtown here was crazy. Dude, I saw some of the clips. 47 seconds remaining. Mr. Blackjack, he's pissed off too. 39 seconds. At least Mr. Blackjack is not crashing out as much as Michael. Or Michelle. Also, the Fire Hines train leaves pretty soon. All aboard. Like I said, the seat is hot. The seat is hot. I think the Wild should make a trade first. And if that still doesn't help, even a little bit, then bring fucking Bruce Boudreau back, baby. Trade everyone. Hey, great game, Reaper's Devil. Great game. 20 seconds. But I was just going to say, Gus and Boldy tonight were the highlights. Yurov looked like he's an NHL player. Faber's pissed. And going full blue steel. Not since like the old days of the Montreal Canadiens, Edmonton Oilers, and I think the Islanders three-peated as well, if I'm not mistaken. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The New Jersey Devils absolutely trounced the Minnesota Wild. I'm in pain right now with the Flames. What's the score, Deadly Flames? A good game, Reaper, good game. Bubble Burster. Who's the last team in the Cup final that didn't have a top 5 draft pick on their roster? Just food for thought. Kaprizov counts. Kaprizov counts. Hey, let's go, Kyle. Imagine the Panthers three-peat. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's the hardest trophy to win in sports. It's even harder to win it twice in a row. But they're still a good team. They're still a good team. No, true. I'm just saying, like, usually the way that these things go is there's usually some sort of shakeup. It very well could be structure. And I'm leaning towards it is. But I think GMs don't want their coach, like, if the GM has to fire the coach, that means the GM is also in the wrong too. So I think the GMs will try to make a trade first, especially since it's so early in the season. If the Wild were like mild and then fell off, then I think Hines would be gone right away. And again, they might not be able to make a trade. This isn't be a GM. This is easier said than done 100%. That's just my thoughts. That's just my thoughts and opinion. I think some sort of message / shakeup should occur first. And then that will leave no doubt that it's not working with Hines anymore. Hey, glad you just in the last minute too. Wish the Leafs knew the word win. I hate the Leafs personally, so I'm happy. I hate the Leafs more than I love my mother, so sorry, Mom. So I'm all right with them not winning, but I'm from Western Canada, so we hate all Toronto sports. Love the fans. Love even some of the players. But growing up on the west side of Canada, man, our Sportsnet is 85% Toronto news, 15% a little bit of everything else going on in Canada. Sportsnet and TSN made me hate Toronto. It's not the team's fault. It's Sportsnet and TSN's fault. Maybe the era of dynasties, there will be more super teams built by organizations that not only will spend, but they can spend. It's coming with Florida. Could be the first. That is a good point. That is a good point. It's not like guys took too many pay cuts to stay there. Vlad only has 8 teams he can't be traded to. Billy G bought himself 2 extra years with the Kaprizov extension. Big ol' 13 has no protection. Same here, but I mostly hate the Hurricanes. We are 1-6 right now, so yeah. Ugh. Tough sledding. But hey, it's still before American Thanksgiving. But it's going to be tough sledding for the Flames. I say Flames hate the Oilers more than the Canucks. Probably, but there were a good 10, or there's a good 5 years where the Canucks just bullied the Flames. That's like when Iggy left, when Regier left, when Kiprusoff retired, when Rene Bourque was their highest point scorer at 45 points that one year. Oof, they were not fans of the Canucks. There's 8 million. Love them. They break my heart every year, and I hate our fans. Well, I'm from Vancouver Island originally. At least you guys didn't burn your city down twice. Not just once, but twice. Omega Fish Sup, I was at the Mammoth game against the Avalanche. We've been good. Hey, how was the atmosphere? Shout out to Nick Letty, by the way. My client is his uncle, actually. One of my clients who I work with. Shout out to Josh Letty from Back Channel Brewing here in Minnetonka. Yeah. Oh, wait, sorry. Nick Letty doesn't play. Why? I don't want Schmidt. That's what. I don't know why for some reason, I keep thinking Letty plays in Utah. Letty plays in San Jose. Nate Schmidt, Stanley Cup champion. I don't know why. I think I just need to eat some dinner. My blood sugar just sunk after that. But yeah, Nate Schmidt is playing for the Utah Mammoths. How is Nate Schmidt looking so far? I haven't been able to watch too many of the games. But, and this is where I was getting with this. I don't know why my mind went to fucking Letty and Gophers and San Jose. But Schmidt was on the most recent episode of our podcast. He was literally on the last video that was posted here on the channel, and I'm going to share it with you guys right here. Sorry, that was super long-winded, but I feel like that game took a couple years off my life, chat. Not as many as Michael, who pulled out all of his... I'm literally just going to rip on that guy forever, because... Well, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Am I right? But it's been great. I love it. Would it be safe to say the Leafs are to Canada what the Cowboys are to America? Cowboys and or the Rangers in hockey, I'd say. Is early 2000s NHL better than now? It depends what style of hockey you like. For some reason, I have an unexplainable hate for the Mammoth. I do apologize. 5-on-5 scoring dried up like an 80-year-old nun. Worse. 90-year-old Brazilian nun who's never even kissed someone on the cheek dry. Swerve, you missed me going full half empty and me actually banning someone in the chat here today as well. You missed all the fun, Swerve. Good to see you as always. Swerve's another guy who's we butt heads, but he's a homie and he's been around since I've been with THPN. Speaking of the Mammoth, Stanley Cup champion, now Mammoth defenseman Nate Schmidt was on the most recent episode of Fellowship of the Ring. So check that out on the YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcast from. We also have a special, and we need to start racking up the views here, guys. Dangerous Man Brewing is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God!
And we got to sit down with the new owner and the man, the myth, the legend behind the brand himself. Highly recommend you guys go check it out. Quick little podcast segment. Again, that is wherever you get your podcast to. Every full episode that we stream or post on YouTube is on audio form wherever you get your podcast from. Just look up Fellowship of the Rink, look up Judd's Buds, look up the Soda Pod. It is there. It is there. Tomorrow, new MNCAA episode as well. So keep your eyes open for that. And finally, shameless plug to my second channel, ladies and gentlemen. Shameless plug to my second channel. If you guys are combat sports fans, you like boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and of course, MMA, check out my channel, the City Life Project. I post some interviews that we post on the Soda Pod, but a few months later. But I post fighter highlights, UFC prospect highlights. I have a podcast where I interview fighters like Cage Warriors legend Matos Flaminas, who's ripping it up in KSW right now, LFA lightweight champion Richie Miranda, and my friend from Minnesota, from Grand Rapids, baby, fucking Alvin Goozy Hines. And then as far as the live streams go, we cover 30 plus hours of combat sports every single weekend. We even snuck a stream earlier today. We did a little 4.5 hour UAE Warrior stream. Obviously, we cover UFC and every league, Muay Thai, Canadian MMA, kickboxing. We're allowed to soccer kick grounded opponents, like just wild and wacky stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Wild and wacky stuff. From Coyotes to Mammoth, we did get good players too. My dad was a Coyotes fan. Oh, nice. Yeah, you guys got some good players. Some good players who are on the roster and some good prospects as well. And the Coyotes built a lot of their prospect pool with really big players. Yeah, how crazy is that? Their speed didn't seem to fade at all. Wild were on from the start to finish. It was like a playoff team and a non-playoff team. There were the last 3 minutes of the first period and the first 4 minutes, or the first 3 minutes. The last 3 minutes of the first period and the first 3 minutes were the only good moments overall for the Wild. Yo, Max Veach, good to see you. Good to see you. The Wild stink. Give me Panarin now. They need something. The chat saying is Hines' seat getting hotter? Every game his seat's getting hotter, but I do think there's going to be a trade first. Yo, shout out to our friend and the voice of the Bulldogs on MNCAA, and has been for many years anyways, our boy Max Veach. Max has been far too long. We gotta link up here soon, brother. We gotta link up here soon. I owe Max Veach a few beers. Trab, you're not allowed to win or have an energy on the second of a back-to-back. What can the Wild even do? Maybe make a trade to get a spark and to send a message and or new structure. Let's go 4-2 Sabres over the Red Wings now. Yo, what's up, miserable Sabres fan? The miserable Sabres fan is not as miserable as a Wild fan tonight. Well, you should have picked Jimmy. Oh! Miss you, buddy. Remember when this team used to win on the road? Oh. It's been a long summer, and it feels like a long start to the season. No, Max, I'll hit you up on social soon here. And I know both of us are fucking busy. You more so than me, but it would be good to catch up soon, my friend. The league is too watered down. We need more fights. You're right. Dude, they broke up. Dude, Hines threw the fucking lines into the blender. Mind you, it might have been a little bit too late because they seemed dejected in the second period, but still, man. But still. Oh, a big Michael crash outside. Hey, no worries, Fireborn Knights. No worries. Good to see you. Good to see you. Tage, MN Sabres fans going to start Boldy to Sabre memes if the league keeps trending the way it is to start, right? Oh, man. Well, good to see all the homies here at the end. Thank you to everybody who hung out with us here tonight. You know what? You guys made this an enjoyable stream. And you know what? I feel like other than the guy who crashed out, we all handled ourselves pretty good. I feel like this is the most glass half empty I've ever been. But man, is this what it's going to be like every week? God, I hope not. They got to figure their shit out soon, man. They're going to have to figure their shit out soon. Hoppy, Z, Brett, and myself tomorrow, we're going to have a lot to talk about. Wildly Informed tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Don't miss it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate you all. This is me fist bumping you all, not punching you all in the face. Except for Michael. I was going to slap that motherfucker. Smash that like button and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Tomorrow, Wildly Informed, 8:30 Central. Peace. I'm out of here. Back next week for another Wild game. I'm out.